afternoon. My name is Dr. UMAR Johnson. I am a certified school psychologist and doctor of clinical psychology. 4 long years ago, we began a fundraising campaign to build America's first independent, African-centered school based off the principles of Pan-Africanism and international economics. It has been 4 long years of fundraising, 4 long years of searching all across this country, flying and driving from state to state, city to city, looking for the best place to begin the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for Pan-African schools. We teach Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. In this school, your child will be taught the history and life and works of the greatest black leader of the 19th century, the Honorable Frederick Douglass. Your son will also be taught the history, the life and the works of the father of modern Pan-Africanism, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. What your son will get in this academy, he will not get anywhere else on earth. Rejoice today, because this is an learning institution for our young men, but it must also be the international headquarters for the National Independent Black Parent Association. And it will also be the international headquarters for the 21st century's greatest Pan-African movement, the international movement for the independence and protection of African people, also known as Team Pan-African. We will run the NIBPA from this location, and we will run Team Pan-African from this location. We will also have an annual, and we will run Team Pan-African from this location. We will also have an annual FDMG, Pan-African Family Festival. And not only that, we will have an International Black Women's Festival, International Black Men's Festival, International Pan-African Youth Conference. This is where we will hold our think tanks. This is where we will strategize to build a black grocery store and build a black bank and build a black hospital and build a black farm from this location. All that must be done to turn this city into a black Wall Street will be done. Oh, yeah.
He says to Harker Bay, Toronto Johnson.
An all-new episode premieres tonight.
I call for a mortgage court on brother Toronto Johnson.
I built the whole plan. I ain't going nowhere. But I appreciate the concern, my beautiful African queen. I hope your hair is natural.
You're not natural, baby. I see you got that perm in there. I still love you. You're gorgeous, but you're not nappy. You got to be nappy, baby. You got to be nappy. If I can't grab it, I can't have it.
It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the cool chip.
Heterosexual couples only. This is not a government-funded activity. I have the right to discriminate. Heterosexual couples only.
Donations. Donations. Gifts. Gifts.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember.
We're going to have a National Coons Conference at FDMG. Yes, brothers and sisters. We have to have a National Coons Conference.
Anybody who tells you they're running for office to help somebody, smack their ass in the face.
What you want to do? You want to box? You want a street rumble? Or you want to get into the intellectual boxing ring?
Tyler Perry. Goddamn, brother. Can we please consider some other movies?
Suit and tie niggas. Suit and tie niggas. See, I got credentials. You ain't got none, you dirty nigga. Ain't you the second nigga
Who sold drugs to go to kill it? Didn't your dumb ass say that on YouTube? You sold drugs to go to kill it? You counterproductive, degenerate
drugs to go to kill it.
I'm right here, and come bring it. I'm right here, nigga. Come bring it. I told you consciousness. I don't play with y'all like that. But I knew you had to do it, nigga. They gassed you, and now they gonna tax you, nigga. They gassed you.
He says to Harker Bay.
And I know that
Toronto
you
Johnson.
probably have.
Y'all talk about the Grandmaster J with the N fact. Okay? I can't speak to him either. I can see the value of a brother showing up with a militia, with armed weapons, letting the white power structure of America know we ain't gonna take this shit no more. I can respect that. Is he serious? I don't.
Us divided. We are the United States of America, one country, indivisible, unto God.
My point is, I'm not slandering Grandmaster J. I haven't seen sufficient proof.
I be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember. I be that boy you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember. That's right. I be that boy you gon' remember. He says to Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. The more than you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I speak about the prophet. Who was the Toronto Johnson? You and behind you back. See Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black. Proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same.
And now, our feature presentation.
He says to Harker Bay, he says to Toronto Johnson. Huh? I call for a Moorish court on brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal or with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people.
Put Fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Check,
With
check.
a vengeance.
I put the Fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Check. Yeah, let's own it. Put the Fez back in the
Let's
hood
go.
and it look good now, don't it?
Man, I love this.
Y'all
one.
ready? Yeah. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm ready. Let's go. Uh-huh. I put the Fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god that own it. I put the Fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god that's own it. I used to rock with these temples and this one's a long way, but they all are super fraud and they not getting the way they want me to keep it quiet. Who I tell it to their face? I'm flipping over tables on my way to the 8. To Harker Bay said it, now it's time to show and prove it. Got the same address and I don't plan on moving. This internet got these dope fiends acting Rambo, Dirty Frankie and some mess that he know he can't handle. When I pull up and I pull out a 1-2-5. Don't be telling me if you 60 when I let that thing rip. Open hand and closed fist. Put your nails on the curb. Put your chin to your back of your neck. Now that's my word. Put the Fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, let's own it. I put the Fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, let's own it. Let me ask you, who doing it like to Harker Bay?
Nobody.
Who the people's grand sheep?
I am.
Huh? Show me a more doing it like to Harker Bay.
Ain't not.
And I shut my mouth. Let's go. I can't wait to see Roy Bay and sit him on his back pockets for the simple fact he disrespect the prophet when he speak. He embarrassing. He ain't a Moorish American. The camera encourage him, so I will embarrass him. After that, I dip and take a trip to Carbondale. No, it ain't the hood. Oh well, I'm coming with all the shells. Fine, yuck, Bay, dozing off the Zolar. Civilize the savage, so she can hate no more. I put the Fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, we own it. I put the Fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, we own it. You come up against me, you know you gon' lose. Salt and pepper, gold teeth, lost it all for some views. Grown man ran rabbit ears, acting like a wild coon. Had a whole squad looking like a buffoon. I'm the man, just admit it. You wanna do it how I did it, forget it. It's my time now, good riddance. Oh yeah, Neil Bay, you late with the court date. Don't make the Moorish world citizens wait. Come on. Put the Fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Quran, you can be a god.
Hold up. Check 1, 2. I put the feds back in the hood. King Moab, I put the feds back in the hood. You hear what I say? Am I too loud? Am I too loud? I put the feds back in the hood. Good goodness gracious, I got to run that one back. Can I run that back one more time so I can get in the mood? I just want to get in the mood. Tonight, we got a good show tonight, family. We got, oh my goodness, I got to run that one back. Man, oh man, let me tell you, it say something in there that Dirty Frankie is a mess that he know he can't handle. You know, this YouTube got these dope fiends acting like they Rambo. You know, the one ran up on my man with my man Dave Chappelle. See, this YouTube got these dope fiends acting like they Rambo. But they get into some mess that they know they can't handle. You hear what I'm talking about? You hear what I'm talking about? Y'all see the one with Dave Chappelle? This YouTube thing, I'm trying to tell you, this social media thing got these crazy people acting like they Rambo. You hear what I'm talking about? And you see what happened? You see what happened? They be acting like they Rambo. And they get into some mess that they know they can't handle. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. See, every smile, every comedian ain't no joke. You know what I'm talking about? Gucci Man Jeezy. I keep telling you, Gucci Man Jeezy. Is Gucci Man Jeezy still in effect? What y'all thought it was? We gonna run that thing back, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, we gotta run this one back, man. I'm sorry, fam. Y'all gotta indulge me, man. Y'all gotta indulge me. I got to run this one back.
Put the feds back in the hood and it look good now, don't it?
I love this one, man. This gonna be the summer song.
And it look good now, don't it?
I'm gonna put a video out for this.
Let's own it. Put the feds back in the hood and it look good now, don't it?
Man, I love this.
Y'all ready? Yeah. Hold up. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm ready. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
I put the feds back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Quran and you can be a god that's own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Quran and you can be a god that's own it. I used to rock with these temples and this one's a long way, but they all are super fraud and they not getting the way they want me to keep it quiet. Who I tell it to their face? I'm flipping over tables on my way to the 8. To Hawker Bay said it, now it's time to show and prove it. Got the same address and I don't plan on moving. This internet got these dope fiends acting Rambo, Dirty Frankie and some mess that he know he can't handle.
Hold up. I don't think y'all heard me. I say I got the same address and I don't plan on moving. You hear what I say? Listen what I say.
Fraud and they not getting the way they want me to keep it quiet. Who I tell it to their face? I'm flipping over tables on my way to the 8. To Hawker Bay said it, now it's time to show and prove it. Got the same address and I don't plan on moving. This internet got these dope fiends acting Rambo, Dirty Frankie and some mess that he know he can't handle. When I pull up and I pull out a 1, 2, 5. Don't be telling me if you 60 when I let that thing rip. Open hand and closed fist. Put your bananas on the curb.
Hold up. When I pull up on 1, 2, 5, don't be telling me that you 60 when I let this thing rip. The open hand or closed fist. Or closed fist. I'll put your veneers on the curb and put your chin on your neck. I'm a different type of Moor. You heard what I said? You heard what I said?
Got these dope fiends acting Rambo, Dirty Frankie, but they all are super fraud and they not getting the way they want me to keep it quiet. Who I tell it to their face? I'm flipping over tables on my way to the 8. To Huckabee said it, now it's time to show and prove it. Got the same address and I don't plan on moving. This internet got these dope fiends acting Rambo, Dirty Frankie and some mess that he know he can't handle. When I pull up and I pull out a 1-2-5. Don't be telling me if you 60 when I let that thing rip. Open hand and closed fist. Put your nails on the curb, put your chin to the back of your neck. Now that's my word. Put the feds back in the hood and in the good, now don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, let's own it. I put the feds back in the hood and in the good, now don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, let's own it. Let me ask you, who doing it like Tahoe Bay? Nobody. Who the people's grand sheep? I am. Huh? Show me a more doing it like Tahoe Bay. Ain't nothing. And I shut my mouth. Let's go. I can't wait to see Roy Bay and sit him on his back pockets for the simple fact he disrespect the prophet when he speak. He embarrassing. He ain't no more American. The camera encourage him, so I will embarrass him. After that, I dip and take a trip to Carbondale. No, it ain't the hood. Oh well, I'm coming with all the shells. Fine, yuck Bay, dozing off the Zolar. Civilized the savage, so she can hate no more. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, we own it. You come up against me, you know you're gonna lose. Salt and pepper, gold teeth, flossing on for some views. Grown man ran rabbit ears, acting like a wild coon. Had a whole squad looking like a buffoon. I'm the man, just admit it. You wanna do it how I did it, forget it. It's my time now, good riddance. Oh yeah, Neil Bay, you late with the court date. Don't make the Moorish world citizens wait. Come on. Put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran, you can be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran, you can be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran, you can be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Now get your own Quran, you can be a god, we own it.
Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm your brother, man. Listen, I'm that one that's going to be conscious and have fun. Listen, I can't be the one all stiff. That means like Yasmin said, goodness gracious, that thing fall. That thing fall. Like the old, that thing now fall. That ain't fire. Fall. Listen. Y'all know sometimes, right? Let me tell you something. Everybody should have an outlet in life, right? So when I was in my 20s, even in my teens, I used to love hip hop, something serious. You know what I mean? But hold up. 1 second. Yeah. So I was seriously into hip hop. You know what I mean? I loved it. I was at the table for a deal and everything. So, but I chose to be a fool. You know what I mean? However, I never lost my love. I never lost my love for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Never loved it. Never lost my love for it. And so sometimes, you know, when you see, let me get 12 bars on that demonstration. Come on, Phil, email me, man. We need some real conscious music that's fun, man. Listen, come on, man, email me. And so when I find myself, I look at the stuff across the internet. You know what I mean? I look at my stuff across the internet, and and people are funny to me. They're very hilarious. You know what I mean? Because I'm a very public person. You know what I mean? Like I'm everywhere. They never there. So when I hear all this slick talk and all this stuff, people know I will pull up, you know what I mean? But I'm not the one to talk about it on the internet. And so what I do is I just vent my demonstration. I vent my demonstration lyrically, man. I just have fun with it. Like I'm serious. Like when I remember when, and I'm gonna get to the show in a minute. I remember when Inky thought it was very witty of him to be wearing rabbit ears and have a whole group of grown people that's almost a half 100 wearing rabbit ears talking about rabbit got the gun and they was like attacking my family and all of that, right? But in my mind, because you know what I mean, like if you anything like me, if you got a real job and you got really something to do tomorrow, you got You got babies and grandbabies to make sure that the baby get fed or that the child go to school. Like, you got real responsibilities. You're a community leader. You're a community activist. Even if you're on your neighborhood board, you're doing something responsible. And you look on the internet and you see people that's your age or better, older, wearing bunny ears, strolling people Facebook and using that as some type of clapback. And for me, I thought it was crazy. I'm like, this is where we came to. This is what it has come to. So for me, at some point, it wasn't even no need for me to respond. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I was like, man, I just got to talk about this at some point. Like, because it was just so goofy to me. That was just so goofy to me. And so what I did was I wrote a song about it. You want to hear it? I wrote a song about it.
On it, you can be a god, we own it. I put the fast back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, we own it. You come up against me, you know you're going to lose. Salt and pepper, gold teeth, lost it all for some views, bro.
You come up against me, you know you're going to lose. Salt and pepper, gold teeth, lost it all for some views. Yeah. You know his channel was bigger in numbers than Morse World TV. You come against me, you know you're going to lose. Salt and pepper, gold teeth, lost it all for some views. And didn't even get them.
Man ran rabbit is acting like a wild coon, had a whole squad looking like a buffoon.
A whole grown man walking around with some rabbit ears. Looking like a old coon. Had the whole squad looking like a buffoon. It wasn't a platoon, it was a buffoon. You know what I mean? Anyway, family, let's get to the show, family. Y'all know my brother clapped back on you haters. Why y'all hating on UMAR Johnson? I don't understand. I mean, he's an Inky Bailey getting 200. Yeah, he did all that for views. Rabbit lost the gun. Rabbit just smoked up the gun. I mean, doggone it, the rabbit just smoked up the gun. Did you smoke the gun, Bunny Rabbit? I ain't did nothing. Oh, man. The rabbit just smoked up the gun. Goodness gracious. Well, anyway, how I sound, family? I sound okay. Shout out to all my people, man. Shout out to M. Nugent, man. Shout out to Cryptonomics, MJ Gibbons, Black Anonymous in the building. So anyway, family, why everybody coming at my brother UMAR Johnson? You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to talk to me. You know what I mean? Talk back to me. Why is everybody coming at UMAR Johnson? Do anybody in the chat, I need to ask you, do anybody think that UMAR Johnson is done with? Is he finished? I need a yes or no. Is he finished? Do you think UMAR Johnson is done? Because that cease and desist letter, and now there is word out that they supposed to be auctioning the school. Anybody heard about that? Anybody heard about that? They supposed to be auctioning the school. Now, what I mean done, now, a person like UMAR that has the ego that UMAR has, he's not gone from social media. You know what I mean? He's not gone from social media. But what I mean done, I mean, is the school a wrap? Is the school a wrap? Because at this point, they gave a cease and desist that he cannot get any funds. And I don't mean this in a bad way. Brother UMAR, if you're watching, I don't mean this in a bad way. The Inky Seaboss company go bankrupt. I don't mean this in a bad way. But I don't think UMAR Johnson has had a job since he was on Sinetta TV. I'm talking about a real job. Anybody familiar? UMAR, if you watching, brother, don't take this the wrong way. I'm just saying. I don't think Umar has had a job in probably 15 years or more. So the question is, how does he move on from this? So I don't think he's going to stop with being some type of influencer for the finance. You know what I'm saying? But right now he's on a slippery slope. Right now he's on a slippery slope because as recent as the other day, as recently as the other day, he was still asking for that bread. Yeah. As recently as the other day, let me see if I can find one of them. As recently as the other day, let me see. Let me see if I can find one.
Pan-Africanist. Get ready, revolutionary Pan-Africanist. Get ready, revolutionary Pan-African nationalist, for the 3rd annual FDMG fast, June 10th. Revolutionary Pan-Africanist.
You see that? He's going on like it's nothing. I'm going to show the video. I don't have it categorically lined up, but I'm going to share it with you in a moment. I'm going to share it for you in a moment. You follow me? What I'm trying to say is that he's going on as if it's business as usual. This is a slippery slope. You follow me? This is a very slippery slope for a brother like Umar. But listen, he's going on. This is just the other day. Watch this.
Get ready, revolutionary Pan-African nationalists, for the 3rd annual FDMG fast, June 10th, July the 1st, and the day after the fast. The day after the 3rd annual fast on July the 2nd, the day after the 3rd annual Pan-African fast on July the 2nd, I will be making a major announcement regarding FDMG Academy on July the 2nd, the day after the 3rd annual.
See, this is the thing. He says that he's not under their jurisdiction, but that's not absolutely true, because the address of the school is one place. Matter of fact, it might be in this video right here. Hold on one second. The address of the school, let me see if I can pull this video up. The address in the school is in one location, but the actual address of where the home office, let me say it like this. I don't know how can I say it. So if you have a business, right, and the head of the business is in Pennsylvania, but the actual physical location is in Delaware, that gives Pennsylvania jurisdiction. And so the last time that I checked, hold up one second. The last time that I checked, let me see if I can find it real quick. Matter of fact, I think I might even got something here. Let me see something. The last time I checked, the address was in Pennsylvania. You follow what I'm saying? The address actually was in Pennsylvania, though the location was in Delaware. And so that's why I say unless he changed the location. But then another thing what people don't understand, and don't tell me because I'm a Moor because I know law. I just know a little bit about a little something. Another thing that people don't understand is that a 501c3 is a tax code, and it's a federal tax code. You hear what I say? When people talk about a 501c3, a charitable organization, this is what they're giving him sanctions for, because he is soliciting, you know what I'm saying, these donations in the name. Let me see if I can pull it up. I can find it real quick. He is soliciting donations. I just seen it earlier. He is soliciting donations in the name of the school. I think this is it right here. Let me see if I can get it pulled up right here. Okay, here we go. So listen, here we go. Right here, I'm gonna share it with you right now. This is the problem. The problem is this. You see that? FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 6872, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's the issue. I mean, but that doesn't mean nothing. You know how the European work. If he went to change that, then what would happen is they would go straight to Delaware. You know what I'm saying? They would go straight to Delaware and inform Delaware that they put a cease and desist, and then Delaware would follow through. But when you're looking at a 501c3, what you're looking at is this is a tax. This is it's a tax code. Most people of laymen that don't understand, most people that don't understand business or haven't been in business, they would look at like a 501c3. Oh, you just asking for handouts. No, the 501c3 is checks and balances. Somebody say, what year was that? That was 2019. That was 2019. I think that video was from 2019. And so the thing is with Brother Umar, they actually asked him, you know what I'm saying? They actually asked him to go ahead and set up your nonprofit. According to the letter and according to them, they asked him to, and he refused to for whatever reason. I don't know. Ain't my business. But my question, my standing question is, will he recover? Will he recover? Let me go here real quick before I show another video. Now, in 19, I think it was 2019, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, it's been 4 years since he bought the school. I mean, it's been 4 years since he bought the school. And in 2019, this is what Brother Umar said. Let me get this slide real quick. This is what he said. I ain't trying to pile up but it says, I have kept my promise, and I will deliver our young men and their parents, especially our single mothers, a school that will be a haven, or a heaven, I'm sorry, that will be a heaven on earth. I said a haven. My bad, Umar. A place where our young men can be, where they can not only survive, but also thrive. Our brothers and sisters, we don't only have just one school. We have two schools. We have the Frederick Douglass building, and we have the Marcus Garvey building. That's right, two schools for our boys, and sooner or later, our girls. UMAR Johnson. Now, Now, he said that in 2019. And people were excited. But the majority of people that gave the money for him actually to purchase the school below grade, and what I mean below grade is that he had asked, he was going to use $1 million to purchase a school. And ultimately, he couldn't purchase the schools that were in that price range. So he settled for this. The schools that he actually purchased. But I've actually been there, and yeah, they not in that much good condition. They're not in that much good condition, but he have the drill, and this is the thing. This is the thing. All right, I'm gonna stop playing around. This is the thing.
As ends.
Watch this.
Get ready, Pan-Africanist. Get ready, revolutionary.
Listen, you don't rehab a school with a drill and you're the facilitator of the curriculum as well as the school psychologist and the principal. This is why everybody are chiming in on this. For antics like this, you know, we're working.
Pan-Africanist. Get ready, revolutionary Pan-African nationalists, for the 3rd annual FDMG fast, June 10th and 3rd, July the 2nd. On July,
you see what I'm saying? He turns the drill on.
Major announcement regarding FDMG.
Like, man. Like, this is not what building is all about. And for those who don't know, this is really a prop. It just is. And it's very unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? This very unfortunate, but this is really a prop. JG must do home improvement. Yeah, you definitely needed the walk. Number one. I mean, but the Ryobi is the beginners. All right, we're gonna have a home improvement talk. So beginners that begin to do home improvement, they get drills like Black and Decker, Ryobi. I mean, yeah, now when you get up into the Makita, the what else, man? I got some drills right here. Like this. The Makita, stuff like that. You get up into stuff like that. Like these are how powered drills. They're very professional drills, but the yellow joint is the joint. So these are I don't want to get into construction stuff, but I'm just telling you that this is a prop. This is a prop. You can go and get that drill for about $40, $50. You know what I'm saying? It's a beginner's drill. You know what I'm saying? And it's all a prop. It's all a prop. And it's sad that I gotta say this, but
Academy on July the 2nd, the day after the 3rd annual fast ends.
And this is the thing. You have never seen your principal act like this. If anybody, whether they was European, Asiatic, or so-called black, so-called white, anybody ever see their principal act like this? You gotta get a weed. Remember, look.
Gifts.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you.
Anybody? Like, come on, man. Whoever see they principal act like it?
Sometimes I don't play with y'all like that. But I knew you had to do it, nigga. They gassed you, and now they gonna tax you, nigga. They gassed you.
And I know that because we have
Y'all talk about the Grandmaster J.
Y'all ain't seen no man, this is ridiculous, man. It's funny to me how so many people, like even Charlemagne the God, will not let it go. Even Charlemagne the God. And I'm gonna tell you, everybody know my wife supports Umar because my wife she been not giving them none of that bread though. Honey, you ain't give Umar no bread, did you? Anyway, my wife really want us to have our own thing. You know what I'm saying? And so in the beginning, when he announced the school thing, my wife really, really supports him. I'm telling you, my wife, she's the type of person where as though she would go to our people with a little shop to make sure she keep the money with our people as opposed to give it somewhere else. Whether it be, I mean, if she ain't got no choice, then she take the car where she need to go. But that's how she is. And so she she definitely was supported Umar, you know, and I just kept telling her, like, nah, like I'm like, honey, I do this work every day. Like, there's no way humanly possible that he is going to be able to do that. And my wife say, I just want us to have our own. We need our own. At least he's trying. At least he's trying. And so me and my wife had this conversation all the time. All the time. I mean, earlier as today, you know what I'm saying? And my wife just got a good heart. My wife, she the type of person, whereas though she said, just leave Inky. Inky cussed out her, I mean, me and everybody, the children, and my wife type person. Just leave Inky alone. He just upset. Islam, that's how she Islam. See, Inky just upset because, you know, he looks up to you. You know, he wanted to work with you, and you pulled the rug from underneath of him. But just let him get it out. Just let him get it out. I'm like, honey, he just cussed us all out. What you doing? I mean, that's the type of heart my wife got. That type of heart my wife got. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even, and she was like, wow, I didn't even Sinetta. Like, I can't believe Sinetta talking like that. I actually met Sinetta. You know, we met Sinetta. Why would I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, they just mad, and honey, just let them vent. Just let them vent. Like, man, vent. I'm about to pop they top so they can get something out top of their head. Like, I'm playing. Praise the Lord. I'm just playing. Sometimes I just lose it. Sometimes I just lose it. I'm back. Let them vent. Pop they top. They gonna be venting, all right. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, though, family, this is a tough one, man. I mean, this is a tough one, man. I mean, man, this is a tough one, man. Look, watch it. Somebody said she keeps me balanced. Oh, she do, though. Watch it.
Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal. PayPal.
Now, this is the other day. Corey said she keeps you balanced. Now, this was the other day. Now, y'all hear this? This guy is bold because, you know, at this point, they know that he's soliciting. Why don't he just start a church or something? Let me he say she know they slow. But Reggie too. Why don't he just start a church or something? Who knows? Everybody else do it. You know what I mean? Look at that.
Me, we working, brothers and sisters. Hit the PayPal.
Man, you notice that drill clean as ever. Right there. And I don't even use this drill that much. Look at that. I don't even use this that much. This the house drill.
PayPal.me.
That's your brand new.
Academy. Hit the PayPal.
Come on, Umar. He's showing keys like he Bookman. We gonna call you Bookman, man. He Mr. Bookman. Oh, good times. Remember Bookman used to have all them keys? I'm just playing, Umar. Stop, Umar. Stop, man. I ain't take the coon pill, man. Come on, Umar. I'm coming to your cookout. That's right. And you better not send your people at me. I know you got Huey P. Newton Gun Club as security. I ain't worrying about them either. They know I'm coming. I'm pulling up. To the cookout. They're going right. We family. That's right. I'm just scared. This is an honest critique of Mr. Bookman. Look at this.
PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal internet.
Now, fam, this is now, all jokes aside, this is some bold stuff right here. This is really, really bold. This was a few days ago. You know what I mean? My brother Hug L. Peace, my brother. Peace. Islam to my brother Hug L. Hey, that's my brother Hug L. You know, in Baltimore, we say hug. Other places, they say hog. No, it's hug. That's right. You say hog, we say hug. You say dog, we say Doug. You say you, we say you. You know what I mean? We say Y-E-U, you. That's right. Y'all say you. We say you. Y-E-U, you. I'm having some fun tonight, man. Seriously, man, y'all need to come to Baltimore, check the language, man. We got our own language going on. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Look, my eyes red, man. We got our own language, man. Seriously, man. That's right. Scramp. That's right. When I get my EBT, I'm going to get me some scramp. That's right. And when I cross the street, I'm going to go across the street and get me some scrimp. And Kristen News say, I'm from Baltimore. TV telling the truth. You say you, we say you. You. Y-E-U. Y-E-W. Now, we going to get some script when I get my EBT. Hey, worry about y'all. Man, come on, Umar, man. You got to stop this, man. God, doggone it, Umar. Man, I'll be trying to rock with Umar sometimes. Some strawberries. Some strawberries. And you got to watch them in the zinc. You got to wash them in the zinc. It's a Z on it. Hey, listen, I caught on later, right? Like now I know I know how to talk a little better, right? But I ain't gonna front. My mother be tripping me out. See, I said my mother be tripping me out. My mother be like, can I say it on this? If my mother come to the house, right? And I got some dogs, right? My mother said, excuse my expression, but I got marked my mother, right? She said, boy, you better get them damn dogs. I love you, mama. I got pit bulls. My mother said, boy, you better get them damn dogs. I like Islam. I say they Muslim dogs. I don't give a damn what they are. Get them damn dogs. All right, man, let me stop. Let's get on with the show, man. That's right, 2. Oh, my goodness. Mike Larry say 2. That's right. Come on, man. It's T-E-W, 2. That's right. Let me get it together, man. But back to UMAR. Let's get back
Africans, PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Personal donations, $Dr. UMAR Johnson, or you can send it to my Zelle using my cell number. Personal donations, not school. School donations is the Cash App, $FDMG School. School donations is the PayPal, paypal.me/F.
That's it. I mean, hey, man, oh man. Let me get my phone and my mic. Get my phone away from the mic. Put it over here. Yeah, but anyway, man, this is bad, man. He is still taking donations. And maybe he thinks that is a bit of the jurisdiction. But the thing is this. What I was about to do, that's right. Don't ask me nothing. Hug him. Don't ask me nothing. Hey man, you better know it, man. Hey, you better know it, man. You better say it again. Don't ask me nothing. That's how I go, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. I love me some Baltimore, man. I love it. That means, the thing is, do anybody remember when Polite had the new covenant and he had claimed that he was building this community and he was taking money, he was doing on these tours, he was supposed to put a part of it in the Bahamas. He robbed this guy in the you going too far. You going too far now. And I know the guy that he beat in the Bahamas, man. He beat a lot of people in the Bahamas out of a lot of money. The guy from the Bahamas, he never wanted to come on the show. It behooves me why one that get taken for so much money. Oh, I know what happened. Oh, man. The guy from the Bahamas, he brought Polite to the Bahamas. Now watch this, right? Because this UMAR thing ain't new. You know what I'm saying? He brought Brother Polite to the Bahamas. And he introduced Brother Polite to all of the money. Now, you know the Bahamas got many islands, but, you know, the main island is where the money at. You follow me? So he was able to bring him to the community where all the bread was at. And the people was just dropping the bread on Brother Polite. Just dropping the bread on Brother Polite. And he had appointed someone to be the head of the crown. You know them titles he had, the head of the crown, et cetera, et cetera. Well, once Polite left the Bahamas, Polite kept it moving. I always wonder why this guy would not come and share this story. Now I know it to be true because I actually have the video with Polite in the Bahamas that the brother sent me. So I know it to be true. And he sent me all type of evidence, but he just didn't want to go live with it. But then I found out that he was the one that brought Polite to the Bahamas. So he didn't want to, you know, come live and show who he was because now these people got robbed. So it ain't even Polite. It looked like he was in cahoots. You know what I'm saying? He was in cahoots. So, but he doing good now. And he got a YouTube channel. He doing well. I hope he come forward one day. But the same people that watched Polite, you know what I mean? The same people that watched Polite, when they found out Polite was a scammer, it's like we love to be scammed. They left from Polite and went straight to UMAR. And like, for real, like, okay, you got me there. Okay, but this guy, let's take a shot with him. You know what I'm saying? One thing for sure, if a person is not willing to take their own money to start something, then you might want to be hesitant with giving them your money to start something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody really want to start something, like I don't have much, you know what I'm saying? But I've taken money out of my pocket to start something. You know what I'm saying? And from that, I was given by the will of Allah, I was given assistance to start other things. You know what I'm saying? And everything that I said, my word is my bond. You know what I'm saying? All I got is my word and my and I don't break them for anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to follow through to the best of my ability. And if I don't, you know, just like this, and I meant to mention this too, like the Sinetta thing. You know, everybody's like, you sue Sinetta. Well, what happened with that lawsuit I was gonna bring on Sinetta for that lie, calling me some foolish sex offender. He actually took the video down, but it is on another channel. So when it was time, see, the first thing you do is a cease and desist. You follow what I'm saying? And but I might still have I'll let y'all know, I might still have something going on because it's still up floating around. So the first thing you do, this is what happened in the Tasha K case. The thing is that, and it's the same thing happened. If you get a cease and desist, and you don't follow through with the cease and desist, then it escalates to the next level. You follow what I'm saying? So many people's like, well, what happened? What happened? He took the video down. So there was no way at that time to send a cease and desist because he quickly took the video down. However, there's still a video floating around. You know what I'm saying? So I might be working on something with that. Nevertheless, I'm always going to follow up with you. And like the Tasha K, they gave her a cease and desist. You know, Cardi B, Tasha K didn't follow through. And you see what happened with that. And so I say all that to say this. When you start to get into the legal nature of things, like Umar right now with this 501c3 not being filed, when you start to get into the legal nature of things, when them letters start coming, these are really big warning signs for the one who receives the letter. These are big warning signs. And for Umar to come back live and ask for donations after receiving that, it ain't good. Yep, Keishwa said they sent her 3. Now, only thing Tasha K had to do was take the video down and stop talking about her. She chose not to. You know what I'm saying? She chose not to. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you see what happened? She could have put it on private or something, but that's just arrogance. You know what I'm saying? Like she definitely could have put it on private and just like let it die or something. Let it, like, come on, how much money you gonna make off that video? It ain't that serious. I mean, now, you know what I mean, you're gonna be garnished on your YouTube check forever because you owe $1 million. It's crazy. Anyway, with that being said, my point to that is once things escalate to a legal, like somebody talking about the nature boy, when it start escalate to the legal part, you better know it's not a game. It's not a game. And all that old stuff that you talking, hold on. Let me throw another one up.
Conscious community, building an independent revolutionary institution for our children because they cannot be the greatest Garveyite of all time. They want to destroy me because they can't be me. They want to destroy me. Sister Octavia in the conscious community,
clapping
building
back.
an independent revolution.
He says he's the only one in the conscious community building an independent revolutionary
institution for our children.
He say, and do y'all want to destroy Umar Johnson? Huh? Is that what's going on? Y'all trying to destroy Umar Johnson? Y'all can't beat Umar, so now y'all want to destroy Umar. Is that what's going on? Anybody who dislike Umar in this chat? Huh? Anybody? Anybody dislike Umar? Oh man, Christian News. I thought you was a good Christian citizen. I don't even like his ideas for the school. It's like, I dislike him. For the love of the Lord. I try and I try, but I dislike him. Lord help me, Jesus, take the wheel. That's right. I'm a saint who used to be a sinner, but I can't stand Umar Johnson. Shout out to Christian News. Now we're gonna leave the Lord out this one. Now, Talk Bay, you're taking it too far now. Somebody said I dislike him for robbing and giving black. I hope the 385 people hit this thumbs up, because I want to. Some of y'all, I would love for y'all to come in the chat after I show these little. Because Christian News, she just said something. She said he or she. I don't know if it's a he or she. Would you tell me if you're a he or she, Christian News, so I can stop guessing? I just know you my friend and you're a Morris World TV citizen. I do know that. She said, they said, I don't even like the ideas for the school. But look at this. I don't know about that. Now, look, this is what he initially said he was doing for the school. It is. He said, according to Umar, according to Dr. Umar, y'all can see this, right? Let me make it bigger. According to Dr. Umar, I'm a she. That's right. I thought so. My apology, Christian News. You know you're more TV citizen. According to Dr. Umar, it took 4 long years to raise the funds necessary to purchase the first property for this learning academy for boys. If you don't have time to listen to the full announcement, here's a brief summary of the announcement, of what the announcement includes. Now, here we go, Christian News. Hello, Miss Kathy. That's Christian News. Morrisville TV citizen in the building. Miss Kathy in the building. It says, the school will teach 6 key sciences. How can't you like this, Miss Kathy? Economic and financial science, dietary and nutritional science, science of the community and family. He done made up a science of community and family. Ain't that like social science or something? Ooh, I need to stop this mess, man. Is that like a social science? I don't know. Community and family science. That's how Europeans create curriculums. We create one too. We ain't tripping. Political science, spiritual science, the science of being a man. Now here go Christian News playing. Would you let this? Would you subject your sons to this man? No. But when Debo beat that boy up, and he looked at his father and said, "You want some, old man?" No. Would you let your son to go to Umar school? No. Heck no. Man, Umar tripping though. And let me tell you something. Umar talking about the science of being a man, but he speaks like a male chauvinist and like a womanizer. You know what I'm saying? He really does. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he talked to some of the sisters, you know what I'm saying? The way he talked to some of the sisters that support him, it seems like, you know what I mean, he got this womanizing type of thing about him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not accusing him of anything. I'm just saying it's like, you know, yeah, I need 2. I need 2. A king needs 2. You know what I'm saying? A king need like what? Like what? Yeah, and you can't, I mean, he was on video one day, he was like, yeah, when, you got to have pretty panties. I'm like, what in the world is he talking about? I'm like, man. So when I send my son to school with Umar, no. You want to go to school with Umar? No. Daddy, I don't want to go. Daddy.
Daddy, no! Please, no. I clean my room. I'ma clean my room. Please, I don't want to go. No. Mr. Bookman and them keys, it gives me nightmares. No, Daddy, I'ma cut the grass. I'ma wipe the windows. Please, I don't want to go to school with Mr. Bookman.
But man, I couldn't help myself. But this is the greatest show on the internet. I mean, I'm going to be as real. See, I'm the realest guy in there. I'm going to be myself. Want me to play. Y'all want me to sit up here and talk like some of them people, yeah, man. When I look at Umar, I'm thinking that, nah, man, we going to have a little bit of fun with this. But let's get Umar. Let's get him. Let's see. Look at this.
This is what I want to say to my FDMG donors. Do not listen to the hate. Do not get your information from YouTube. You're too smart. Don't listen to the Negropeans. Those are people who have failed in life. They're failures. They want to.
Y'all might be failures in life. Y'all might be.
Listen to this. Be me. They wish they were me. And because they can't be the greatest black school psychologist in American history, because they can't be the greatest orator of the 21st century, because they cannot.
What? He is the greatest orator of the 21st century. Hey, go ahead, Umar. Y'all think it's a game. Let's go.
They were me. And because they can't be the greatest black school psychologist in American history, because they can't be the greatest orator of the 21st century, because they cannot.
Ben did that cash. He said, AGS, I speak to you every show and you never shout back at me. Just hoping everything is good with us. Let me tell you something. You my brother, man. Stop that, man. Man, we go way back, brother. We go way back. You know what I mean? We go way back. So, nah, ain't nothing going on, man. I just got all this new stuff going on. And I be trying to work it all the time. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I see, sometimes I don't. But you my man from way back. Let me give you the gunshot. You know what I'm saying? I give you the gunshot. You my main man. Listen, family. If I don't hit you back or call you out sometimes, let me tell you something. I'll be so busy sometimes. You know what I mean? And when you come in, you might come in late. I don't catch you late. You know what I'm saying? You my main man, though. Nah, man. You ain't did nothing to me. You know what I mean? You rock with me. You a day one. You Morshwell TV citizen.
Not be the only person in the conscious community building an independent revolutionary institution for our children because they cannot be the greatest Garveyite of all time. They want to destroy me.
Is that what's going on? ODB talk about my gun. Pew, pew. Listen. Umar needs that staple gun. Man, y'all can get up off my gun, man. I'm gonna get me a new gun. Y'all playing too much. I be who I be. That's right. But I'm saying, family, do y'all think that's what's going on, that people are actually hating on Dr. Umar Johnson? I'm gonna put the link in there, man. Maybe y'all come through. I mean, I got about 30 more minutes, man. I got a few more slides too. I mean, anybody want to come in, man? Any sisters want to come in? Because most sisters support Dr. Umar Johnson. My thing is this. Let me tell you what this. My thing is this. Uh-oh, boxing with Ali Muhammad. Uh-oh, Ali Muhammad. Boxing with Ali Muhammad. Where Ali Muhammad at? Ali Muhammad said he want to put on the gloves. He ain't the only one. A couple people want to put on the gloves. Let me show y'all something. I got a couple people want to put on the gloves, man. I'm trying to tell you. They mad. They big mad. Let me see if I can find it. They big mad. Yeah, they big mad. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I got a couple people want to put on the gloves. Goodness gracious. I hope they don't think that's what I'm trying to do. Let me see. Who is this? Q Nundrum. Q Nundrum, that's you?
That's me, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing well, brother. I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think that there's possibly could be some hating on Umar Johnson because of all what he considered to be success? Or do people have legitimate gripes for Umar?
You know, it's questionable whether or not people have legitimate gripes. You know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't think that Umar's lack of support from the black community, his criticism from the black community, is isolated. This has gone on around the country, brother. Let me tell you something. And I've had this conversation before. Our HBCUs right now are suffering because people are not supporting them.
Right.
Not that much different from what Umar Johnson is going through. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, yeah, he's receiving hate. You know what I'm saying? And you know, in my opinion, you know, I think that what he's doing is virtually impossible. After understanding and knowing what it takes to open up an educational system, it is impossible. You know what I'm saying?
Q,
I wish your brother the best of luck. Go ahead.
Hey, Q, you sound that's my argument. And many people think that I'm throwing shade on them. Now, I play a lot, I'm just joking and all that. Many people, but because I dealt into the business of home improvement, which is small scale,
Right.
and rehabbing.
Gotcha.
When you're talking about a row house, that's a small thing. But when you're talking about, and I've been there, when you're talking about 2 buildings of that size, and I know what it takes to rehab a row house, and then the operational costs. Because it's not like a row house, you just going to drop some money in and you're going to keep it moving. You're going to make your profit and keep it moving, or somebody going to move in. But when you're talking about a school, now you need operational budget.
Okay, so let me help you. There's a perverted ass pastor. Name is Dwight Reed.
Oh man, sidebar, time out. Who is Dwight Reed?
Dwight Reed is a 63-year-old man that married an 18-year-old girl.
Stop it, man. Where he from? I'm gonna Google him right now.
I think he's from out of Memphis, bro. Oh, if you Google 63-year-old pastor marries 18-year-old girl, it'll pop up. It's been.
Where do you know? Hold on, fam. We got the sidebar. This one, Kunando, he just dropped a bomb. Let me see. Let me give him a gunshot. Bro, what made you bring up the Dwight Reed? Because I want to cover this story now. This is some foolishness.
The Dwight Reed apparently has a school, and he gives the numbers as to what it takes, the operational cost per student to run a school.
Okay.
He gave an explanation where he was supposed to be answering some of his critics as to why he married an 18-year-old woman. But in that critique, in that response, he spoke of a school. I didn't know he had a school, which, in my opinion, if he's a pedophile, that's danger. That's danger. So, but nevertheless, he gave a complete breakdown. But to add to that, Piney Wood School is the very first black boarding school for children in the country. It's still open. It opened, I want to say, in 1901 by C. Lawrence Jones, and they only have 50 students there, and they've been, my niece and my nephew attend there. I pay their tuition to go there, but even they operate. It's a small a small student body, but they're able to make those finances work. So I mean, if he gets the enrollment there, I don't think he's going to have a problem with funding, the teachers and what have you.
Have you been to that school? Have you ever been to the school though? Have you ever been to the school? I'm sorry, Dr. Umar School.
Yes, I have.
Man, that thing is huge, man. For the sake of being a school, though.
Let me tell you something, brother.
It's not like a 50 student school, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're talking about nurses. You're talking about
brother. Neither is Piney Woods. Piney Woods sits on 16 acres of land.
Right.
When you get a chance, Google Piney Woods School of Mississippi. 16 acres, and it looks like a small college campus.
Right.
But because the enrollment has dwindled so low, they've maintained with I want to believe right at about 62 students, and they've maintained for the last decade.
Okay.
So there's ways around it, but as I said before, it's impossible what he's doing now. You're into construction, right? Okay. Would it be possible for a guy to build a house with one single hammer?
Nah.
It wouldn't. It's not. Would it be impossible for that? Would it be impossible for a guy?
Let me say this. It wouldn't be impossible, but it wouldn't be practical.
Right. So that's the exact same way I look at this thing with Umar. There are some schools, especially in Louisiana, man, that FDMG looks like a palace compared to them. I can name about 10 of them right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, these schools are in very, very poor condition. Now, I've seen FDMG. I've been up close to FDMG. I actually went to the to the family festival when it was last year. I was in Philadelphia for some other business, and so I just went down there. So I've actually, I actually looked at the school. That school is not in bad condition, bro. And I know a lot of people are not going to like that I said that, but it's not in bad condition compared to some.
Yeah, but I think what you're doing is you're comparing the measure. You have something to measure it against. You know what I'm saying? So when I go in and I see it, I see what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not measuring it against something. I'm just looking at the basics. Like, when you go out to the front, you see that he painted just as far as he could reach, and then it stops.
Now I'll tell you this. What I noticed is that there is a constant rolling of graffiti in that area.
Yeah, and what I'm saying, it's cracks in the school. You know what I mean? You don't know if they go all the way down to the foundation. It's a lot of things we don't, because if you've been up close, then you've seen what I seen. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but the thing is that I don't even look at the repair thing. That's something small, because there's a lot of places that yeah, I'm looking at how long would you be able to, an electric bill, nurses, even maybe a doctor that could be on call, the food. He's doing all of this from donations. You know what I'm saying? And people.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, brother, there isn't a private school in this country, nowhere in this country, that operates with just tuition. They operate off of donations as well.
Absolutely, but he doesn't. His only stream of income is hit the Cash App.
I mean, hey, I completely understand that. I don't agree with it. I don't. But I mean, St. Rita's School in New Orleans is, I think, in 2 years going to make 100 years old. They're closing down this year. It's one of my longstanding clients, but they've managed to maintain, man, for over 2 decades of just bake sales to supplement.
I got you, but you know what? The thing is about one thing about Umar, he's not having bake sales. He's saying hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, and people. And if you're not producing, I mean, even the most staunch supporter is going to double guess, and this has been going on since 2008.
Now I'll tell you this: people have to be careful with their outspokenness toward Umar Johnson. If they don't want to see him succeed, there are a class of people, and if you really want to get a good idea of what I'm saying about, go to any church and watch any kid that stands up that can't sing worth a shit. There's always going to be some lady in the back of the church. Go ahead, baby, take your time. you have a class of people that will support Umar Johnson only because there are people that oppose him.
Right. I don't oppose him. I would love it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. Look at this. Look at this real quick. If I can find it. What did I do with it? Look at this real quick. I mean, I think this is a noble cause, economic and financing. And he says, promises made by Umar. The school will be open in 2020. That was one of the promises that he made 2 years. 2019. There will be no out of school suspension. Parents will never be told to come get their child. Students will not be called the N-word by teachers. No boys will be arrested inside the academy. Students will eat 90% raw vegan. Students will learn African language, African martial arts. Like, all of this costs money. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he's saying. But what I'm saying is, I would love for that to be a reality. But then on the flip side of that, you got our brother Umar sitting up there talking about, look who just sent me some panties. Y'all see the panties? A snow bunny sent me some panties.
I saw that shit, man. I saw that.
Like, what?
That was laughable. But Marshall Falk and I went to high school together. We went to Carver High School in New Orleans, and it was it was considered impossible to have a daycare on the campus of a high school.
Right.
All right. It was something that no one wanted because they felt as though that it was going to promote teenage pregnancy. In actuality, you know what I'm saying? And it helped a lot of teenagers who had children, to get to school. So the point that I'm making is that, sometimes, those things that we see as impossible, could be possible and helpful in the long run. I wish UMAR Johnson the best, bro, just as I wish you the best.
Right.
But in my own community, I have so many other demons that we're fighting in the community. I don't have the time to give to UMAR. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I do vlogging, so, and I just thought it was kind of,
sir.
Like I said earlier, when you get that legal paper in the mail, and you just disregard and keep flowing.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, let me say this: you have a responsibility, all right, as a media outlet, and people would want to say, "Well, why are you talking about it? Why you keep talking?" You have a responsibility as a media outlet to report the news. There's an old saying that a lie uncontested becomes the truth.
Exactly.
So you have people. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Kunandrum, before you hold that thought real quick. Have you ever met UMAR Johnson?
Yes, I've met him.
He's a very likable person, ain't he, brother?
Very, very,
very charming, very cool, very calm, collective, and cool.
I've met him. I've met him 3 times.
Yeah.
I
have nothing against UMAR Johnson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In fact, he had a book signing here in Baltimore, and I walked in on him. He looked a little bit shook for a second. I'm like, man, come on, man. I ain't got nothing against you.
So you're in B-More?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm a graduate of Coppin State University, brother, the greatest HBCU in the country.
Man, you ain't supposed to be on no North Avenue. Now, don't you come on no North Avenue with your foolishness now. Now, we got things going on over there. We got trash to pick up. We got dope fiends to clean up. We got all type of stuff going on. Don't you come over there with that foolishness,
brother. I was just in B-More. I want to say 2 months ago. I came to bury my godfather, man.
Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shabak Esteem is going home to be with the Creator, man. But yeah, man. I spent 9 years in Baltimore, man. Nine good years.
Baltimore? How you like it?
I love I'm from New Orleans. Baltimore is not that much different from New Orleans. It's a port city. It's a very small city, very culturalistic, very dangerous as well. But
bro, you into Coppin, bro. That's right in the hood.
Coppin is the hood, brother.
You right, bro. I live right around the corner from Coppin. I live in Walbrook Junction, right where Coppin is. If you go down there, right up on that hill, I live in Walbrook Junction. Now you know what that is.
Right. So you're familiar with Coppin's campus, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's bigger now, though. If you went there when you came here, they really expanded it now, and it's looking pretty good.
I saw the new buildings. I did some new buildings. I see they redid the gym.
Right.
Which I was very happy about because Coppin is a basketball school, man. And they needed a gym for a long time. Right. So there's Greek Square. When you walk out of Greek Square going up toward the elementary school, that first apartment on the right hand side, that was my apartment.
Man, yeah, you was right in it. You was in the thick of it. You was in the, and before we carry on to UMAR, right there is where right across the street at the mall, in all the Coppin area is where the Freddie Gray riots kicked off, right?
Right, exactly. Actually, two blocks. Exactly 2 blocks away.
Yep. And I was there the day when it kicked off. I got footage. Oh man, it was crazy. But yeah, you was right in the thick of it. But at the end of the day, brother, Conundrum, you can email me if you ever in the city, man. We could do it live. It sounds like you're an intellectual of some sort. You sound like you know some stuff.
I try to be. But hey, man, I want to touch on the cease and desist.
Yeah, come on, brother. Come on.
And I think that a lot of people don't really understand, and there's a lot of misinformation information about the cease and desist.
Help us understand.
The cease and desist only covers the state of Pennsylvania.
And did you hear me say that though? I said maybe he has another address that he's using for Delaware. And I said that maybe they will contact Delaware, but you know, a 501c3 nonprofit is a federal tax code in actuality. Therefore, it could escalate.
In reality, sir. In reality.
Absolutely. So it could escalate. That's my point I was making. But brother, speak on it.
So what it all boils down to is that they want to know who's collecting donations in their state.
Right.
So the question of the day would be, how would anybody be able to decipher what monies UMAR Johnson is collecting from Pennsylvania? How are they able to decipher between the two? The only way that they can get UMAR Johnson is if UMAR Johnson has a speaking engagement in Pennsylvania and he speaks on the school and asks for donations for the school at that speaking engagement. Does that make any sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because the cease and desist comes from Pennsylvania. Absolutely. And that jurisdiction is Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania is a state entity. It is not a federal entity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now UMAR Johnson could fix it by simply going online to the state of Pennsylvania and filing and registering his organization with the state of Pennsylvania, and then he's done.
That's it.
That's it.
I don't know why he's resisting that so much. It's not like he's doing some political posturing or political endorsing. He's not doing anything like that.
Well, I mean,
that's the only thing that's gonna bother you if you got a 501c3, if you're doing lobbying and all that. He's not doing that.
In my opinion, what he's doing is very contradictory. And let me explain to you how and why. UMAR Johnson is a Pan-Africanist. He believes in what must be done for Black people must be done by Black people. That's why he does not believe in the child support system. He does not believe in organized government that are overseeing Black efforts. But yeah, I mean, he's using Facebook and other forms of media that's owned by white people. So that's why I say it's kind of contradictory. You know, someone who is set in their ways about their beliefs, there's no wavering. If I say I don't eat pork, I don't eat meat, that means doesn't matter how you cook the damn eggs, I'm not going to eat it.
Exactly. And you know, another thing that I always say, conundrum, is that a lot of people that act like they're pro-Black and Moorish, man, we get it bad in the Moorish community. This is our land. You know, this is our Morocco, right? This is our land, and everybody is on our land. That's what the Moors, the crazy internet Moors, do. But my thing is, they don't even control the water that come to their house. You know what I'm saying? And like, they'll get the water from the city. The water for the school is going to come from the city. It's going to come from Delaware. You understand what I'm saying?
And you have to pay taxes on that as well.
You understand what I'm saying? So like you said, it's a big contradiction. It's a big contradiction, because not only will the water come from there, the utilities will too.
Right.
Unless you done found a way around that. But for the most part, you got the lights turned on. They're off now, but that's connected to the government of some of some sort. And now to be a Pan-Africanist and to say it's for us and by us and no one is involved in it outside of us, but you turn on that light switch, I bet that.
Right. You're absolutely right. But you know, the concept of marching bands is that you have up to 9 different sections, okay? And you're responsible for your section. Well, if you're paying so close attention to what the tubas are doing, and so close to what the trumpets are doing or not doing, it's hard for you to focus on what your section needs to do. So that's the way I look at it, man. You know, if UMAR Johnson is doing his thing, I don't want to be a hindrance to him. I wish him the best of luck. I'm just going to focus on what I need to focus on. And that's the harsh reality. But I do love the dialogue. I do love to have conversations about it, man. But man, we have
Bro,
so
I would like to
many.
invite you on. I would like to invite you on to talk about the white read, bro. Won't you email me, bro? I think that's a heck of a
I will.
conversation.
I will. Yeah.
I'm gonna educate myself on that because that's a tragedy. If
Well, what the white weed is doing, and I really don't want anybody to think that I agree with the white weed, but the white weed is living off of 17th and 18th century thought processes of the average marriage.
But that's a good dialogue that we have right now because in our community, it's something that goes unheard of in the public, but it's done in private all the time.
But watch this. But watch it. The movie Color Purple. How old was Whoopi Goldberg?
I can't remember, but she was young.
12.
Yeah.
How old was Danny Glover?
Oh man.
He was in his 40s.
Yeah.
And in Louisiana, there's a section called the German Coast. All right. Most of the property that's in the German coast come through the hands of a black woman. They entered into this little arrangement called planche. And that is where they met these German travelers, and they intermingled and made babies with these young black girls. But as a result of it, they had to purchase property and build on this land in order to adhere to their end of the agreement. The last names Feast, Day, Hotard, Bertrand, Destrahan. These are all German names, but they're carried by black women. People don't realize that, but they all come through planche. Young black women who were entered into these arrangements with these elderly German men, white men at that.
Wow. Yeah, bro, you got to come on the channel, man. That is fresh, new information. I mean, for me, that's fresh, new information. I'm pretty sure many people that's in the chat, they probably heard all of this good stuff, but that's new to me. That's even the guy at the white read, that's new to me. I thought you was talking about the white from was the guy named Dr. York, the White York.
Let me ask you a question, God. What was the largest slave revolt in the country?
The largest slave revolt in the country? I can't say, brother.
Okay. We painted so, and the only reason why I'm bringing this up, not to just drop gems, but the only reason
drop them gems, bro. See, one thing about me, brother, if I don't have, this is the difference. I want everybody to learn from this. If you're not sure, you don't know, just say you don't know, and then we can get people like Conundrum, who does know, to drop a bomb on us that we can take for the rest of our lives. Come on, Conundrum.
They paint Nat Turner as the largest slave revolt in the country because of his the connection with Christianity. All right. The largest slave revolt in the country was a gentleman by the name of Charles Deslondes. Let me spell it for you, just in case somebody want to look it up. It's Deslondes. All right. Charles Deslondes. If you look up the slave revolt of 1811, that was the largest and most brutal slave revolt in the country. This guy took no prisoners. Here's the funny fact. The fun fact is he was not a slave, but he led a slave revolt. He was a free man. He was a Haitian. And he plotted for 3 years to overthrow the slavery plantation along the German coast. All right. And it came to a head on Mardi Gras in 1811. And that's when they went from plantation to plantation, slaughtering everybody who didn't share a dark skin tone.
Oh my goodness, man. I gotta look that up. I gotta do a show on that. Dane Calloway, I'm coming for you. Yes, I gotta do a show on that, brother. I think that's a beautiful thing. Brother, I hope that I would hope that you email me, brother, because you have something, you have fresh insight, brother. And everything on the internet seems to be regurgitated in which they call this conscious community or this awareness paradigm. You know what I'm saying? It's all regurgitated and remixed. You feel what I'm saying? So that's some fresh conversation. That's some fresh conversation. Now you got me double checking and looking up the biggest slave revolt, and I wrote revolt, and I'm writing that down. So I appreciate that.
Now I'm going to ask you about it when I talk to you again, brother. Now I'm going to be in Baltimore. I'm going to be in Baltimore. Excuse me, my top is going down, so I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, you got big paper. Coppin did you good, brother. Good night. Copping got you copping drop tops.
So when we talk again, brother, I'm going to ask you about this. As a matter of fact, there's a book I'm going to find this book for you, and I'm going to gift you this book, and it's called Gumbo Yaya, and it has everything to do with Haitian culture and how it correlates to New Orleans and in the South.
Yeah, brother.
I know you're a reader because I've heard you mention that you read.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get that book for you.
Bro, listen, I need you to email me. We need this fresh information. I wrote down the book Gumbo Yaya too, because let me tell you something. We as a group of people, and I try to tell people all the time, I'm a Moorish American. And when I was coming up through the ranks of the Moorish Science Temple of America, of whatever group I was in at that time, they always seemed to be trapped in a box like our little secret. I'm one of the first Moorish Americans that I try to interact with every facet of our community because it's all of our community. You know what I'm saying? The Moorish Science Temple of America is your community. Your community is my community. We share the same principles if we riding high, and we share the same principle if we riding low. We got the same common problem. But I say this to say that. I say that to say this. In our community, there's so many elements that we miss because we so trapped into our own little box, our own little paradigm. I refuse to do that. So I hope that we have people in this audience listening tonight that are honest and that they miss certain segments of our community because of their lifestyle, that they will also come forth like you and offer some new and fresh experience or lessons that they have learned in the past and teach us all.
Well, I'll say this. My biggest requirement, I'm not going to say wish, I'm going to say requirement. My biggest requirement for every Black woman and every Black man that listens to any type of dialogue about education or about the past, do not take anybody's word for face value. Always research what's being told.
Yeah,
I wouldn't give it, and believe it or not, that's one of the biggest issues in the Christian, underneath the Christian hood, which is people are not researching what the pastor's telling them. Because if they ever research what the pastor's telling them, they'll come back to the pastor and say, "You're a fucking lie." Excuse my language.
Hey, brother, and you know I pride myself with one screen where you're at, I'm going to show the receipt. That I pride myself with that because I've noticed that our people have been taken by smooth talkers. Smooth talkers, man. We always take it by smooth talkers. And one thing that I know is that whether they talking so-called Black power, whether they talking Hebrew Israelite, whether they're talking Moorish, it all connects right back to the smooth, prismatic persuasion of the pastor.
Yeah, I don't want you to persuade me. I want you to tell me. You give me your ideology, and you let me go look it up. Don't tell me how you feel. Your facts don't give a damn about your feelings. Don't tell me how you feel. And a lot of times with especially with religion, when there's something that can't be explained, they want it to be something within. No, Negro. It don't work that way.
Look, you have to ask. Let me call my pastor. That's how you really look, somebody say, ask the brother to talk about Poverty Point. Are you familiar with that? Poverty Point?
Yes, I am.
And what is that indicative of?
I have talking about Poverty Point in Baltimore, right? There's an area called Poverty Point in Baltimore. Is that what he's talking about?
I'm not sure. I thought it was something that was referenced in what you was talking about in Louisiana, because that was the last thing we talked about. Well, he said ask you to talk about Poverty Point. He said ask the brother to talk on Poverty Point.
There's no Poverty Point in Louisiana. In New Orleans, what's so unique about New Orleans is that 80% of the Blacks that live in areas like the Lower Ninth Ward, New Orleans East, the 7th Ward, Algiers, 80% of those people live below the poverty level. But what's so unique is 90% of those people are all homeowners. They own their homes. When Hurricane Katrina hit, there were a lot of people who had properties that were passed down from generation to generation, but they still own their homes.
Right. So, I know me and my wife, we planning a trip down there, man, because she feels as though she have a spiritual connection, and she may have had family Mississippi, Louisiana, or and so we're planning a trip down there this year.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. There's a lot of I encourage anyone if you're really, really, really interested in where this country comes from, come to New Orleans. Do some research on New Orleans, man. Not just New Orleans, but also St. Croix in the Virgin Islands.
Right.
St. Croix predates New Orleans. St. Croix predates the United States. You know what I'm saying? But there's so much history. That's the blackest island I've ever been to in my life.
Wow.
I go to I've been to St. Croix maybe about 4 or 5 times. I normally go around the same time of the year, but that is a beautiful place to be. And when you talk about black love, oh brother.
Huh.
Christianstead, Buck Island, those are some beautiful areas, but it is hard to not do business with black people on that island. Because black people are everywhere.
They're just so beautiful and gracious.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Somebody asked me to ask him, GS, can you? That's why, brother, you got to come on the show, Conundrum. Man, you better email me.
I will. What did somebody ask you?
What's your email?
My email is Qmatic, QUEMATIK @gmail.com. Better yet, let me give you this other one. Harris Legal, HARRIS LEGAL 21 @gmail.com.
Yeah, because me and you going to talk and see if we can come in, because people got a lot of questions for you. Somebody say, just bring them back. See what I'm talking about, brother? How long you been watching the show, brother? Because I don't remember.
Man, I've been watching. I watched quite a few of your interviews. I watched the interview with Thomas Sotomayor. I watched the interview with didn't you do an interview with Lord Jamar?
That's my guy, bro.
Yeah.
That's my bro.
I love Lord Jamar, man.
Actually, me and Lord Jamar working on something now. He'll be back soon. We're working on something now. It's going to be pretty big. So yeah, Lord Jamar, that's my bro. That's my bro, like no other. That's
well, I'll tell you this. I would love to create. I mean, when you come to Louisiana now, I'm from here. I have a place here, but I actually reside in Everett, Washington. I'm back and forth between here and Washington State. So I travel a lot. But whenever you come here, man, I will drag you guys all across this city.
Brother, I'm telling you, I'm going to email you. I'm going to email you. In fact, when I come off this live, I'm going to tell my wife now, okay, we going. We got somebody there and we going. That's it. Because we've been talking about this for this year.
It's a hard city to leave, man. Very hard.
Good night. Good night. Well, my thing is my wife got this spiritual calling to the area. So we got to go see what it's calling her for.
Well, there's a sister. Now, let me go back to Charles Deslon. Have you ever heard of Congo Square?
Congo Square. No, I haven't.
Okay, write that down.
Brother, you are really taking me on a journey now. I thought I knew some stuff.
Okay, Congo Square. All right. So we had our house Negroes, of course, in the South. Now, St. Louis Cathedral is where all of the slave masters and people that lived in the region. That's where they went to go for church. So when they brought their house Negroes with them, the treat for them was to allow the house Negroes to go and party at Congo Square with people who spoke their own native tongue. Well, the blacks at the time would go down there and they would beat on the drums and do this and do that and sing. But what the slave masters didn't know was that they were actually plotting on the slave revolt of 1811. So they were actually speaking in the native tongue, but they were speaking in a language that I'm sorry, brother. They were speaking in a language that the slave master didn't understand. So they were actually planning the slave revolt of 1811. But Congo Square is very spiritualistic and is very rich in history, especially as it relates to Haitians and people from the motherland.
Wow. Yeah. So we got a lot to talk about, brother. People talk about Lord Jamar. You mentioned Lord Jamar. They said UMAR Lord Jamal was trying to help him, and he just went cold crazy on Lord Jamal. Did you see that interview?
I did, and I had my reservations about it. It's your podcast is pretty successful. Would you say?
Yeah, I think it competes with some of the name. Like, yeah, it competes.
So the way that I see it, although I think Umar may have taken it too far, but if you go on to a show and someone is telling you about how good your show is not, but they want to compare you to somebody else who may not like you, you know what I'm saying, or compare you to somebody else, you may take offense to it, but you may not take it to the extreme that Umar Johnson took it to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody tell me I'm a good father. I don't want to be compared to another father.
Right.
No, I know what I do for my
kids. He was comparing somebody to, I think it was his his father, stepfather, or something like that. Yes,
yeah. Hey, brother, not everybody walk is the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think Umar could at least took some. Umar is like, it's hard for him to be gracious sometimes, though. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I can't speak on how another man.
I'm just saying it's okay to sometimes say, well, no, brother, I'm okay. And like politicians do, if you will. That's maybe something we could talk about another time. But this is what FDMG has coming up. I would like to share that and just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But Umar engages, man.
Well, this could very well be a quest that Umar Johnson may not see that will come to pass in his lifetime. There are so many structures and movements that were started by people who knew they would never be able to live to see the end of it.
Absolutely.
So it could be one of those things.
Right.
But my thing is, as I said before, man, I got so many I have so many other fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? To try and critique Umar on what he's doing and what he's not doing.
Yeah, my thing is, I don't think it should be a great critique about Umar, but I think it should be an awareness presentation as to, brother, you are well acquainted with the Umar situation. So you offer a balance. Some people may say you're Umar sympathizer. Some may say, well, no, he's a critical. You're critical in your analysis. I look at you as being critical in your analysis. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
because
let me give a shout out to Nappy Yankee. And Nappy Yankee and I, we don't always see eye to eye.
Right.
But he has coined me as someone who I'm gonna put my tie back up. He has coined me as someone who offers a different perspective to the Umar Johnson scenario whenever I either ask a question or whenever I give my opinion. And my opinion will always be, it won't change. And I've told him this. What he's doing is impossible.
Right.
It's impossible. I would love to see him finish this. I really would. But it's impossible.
It's like a few schools here in Baltimore, like around the Coppin area. They hit rec centers and all that. They're real small. They've been closed down. Like, I look at these places, I'm like, man, why wouldn't one just try to get a small thing off the ground, send a couple of people to college, and get all the support in the world?
I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with it, man. But as I said before, I'll put it to you like this. Cheney University maximum enrollment, I want to say, is 900 children, 900 students.
Right.
Do you know how many kids are enrolled in Cheney right now? Less than 300.
Wow.
So right now, now let me give you a little history. Fannie Jackson Coppin has a hall on Cheney University's grounds that was dedicated to her honor years ago, decades ago. It's still there, Coppin Hall. So Friends of Coppin are trying to rebuild the enrollment at Cheney University. That's my quest for right now. I want to see our last institution survive.
Right.
Because we don't have it. I was born in Dillard University. I was born in Flint Goodrich Hospital of Dillard University. That was the last hospital that was owned by an HBCU. in New Orleans. I was born there. Flint Goodrich of Dillard University. We're losing our institutions, man. That's all we have left.
I think it's to the point now where, like, if we had someone that was more practical in building this school, it could have been done, because plenty of money could have put into a small little schoolhouse with 20, 30 people, make it a success, and then move on from there.
Well, brother, Smothers Academy. You can look this up. Smothers Academy had the same concept as UMAR Johnson. It was an all-boys academy in Louisiana, owned by a gentleman by the name of Damon Smothers. Very good brother. He had his sights on. So he went the charter way, and he fell to the wayside pretty much of the same issue that UMAR Johnson, just no support. If people don't,
Umar did have the support though, bro. He had support. I think he lost a lot of support by not meeting his own timelines.
Umar still has support.
Yeah, he got tons of support. What I'm saying is he lost a lot because he wasn't meeting his deadlines. I mean to say,
right?
He kept saying this day and this day and this day, and he wasn't meeting them.
Well, I tell you this: Smothers Academy was the exact same way. I'm telling you, man, the exact. He kept giving a day that we're going to open, a day that we're going to open, until they finally opened. And when they opened, man, it was all out war against his brother. And like I said, that's why I said that what UMAR Johnson is facing is not isolated. It's not. We have there is a every HBCU in this country, with the exception of 9 of them.
So who was the guy that you just named, Smothers Academy? Was he an educator?
Yes. I'm telling you, their stories.
Was he showing panties and say nobody sent them to? I'm just glad.
I can't go that far, man. But hey, but their stories were alike.
Somebody says Poverty Point is in Louisiana, north of Monroe.
Well, you got to realize that once you get above Alexandria, in Louisiana, them people think they're in Texas.
Okay, I got you.
That's why there are no Saints fans north of Alexandria. It's all Dallas Cowboys fans.
Bro,
so
I want you, because I got to get ready to wrap it up, bro. I'm going to email you if you don't email me. I hope you will email me, but tomorrow I will email you, and maybe we can set up and have a conversation about some of the things you mentioned. Gumbo Yaya, what you say, Charles Deslons?
Deslons.
How you spell Deslons?
Deslondes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's French.
Yeah. So hopefully we could set something up, brother. I got a debate tomorrow, so I know it probably will have to be next week sometime. I got a debate tomorrow with a brother. My last battle with the Sunni brothers. I got a debate. I don't know if you was able to check out that, but we got a debate tomorrow. This brother here, he was formerly of the Moorish Science Temple of America at some point, and he claims that the way of Muhammad is better than the way of Prophet Over For Ali. And this is just an intellectual conversation. I don't think it's a conversation of this is better, that's worse, this better, this worse. And he might go there, but I can only represent what the Prophet Noble Ali's teachers has done for me. And so I think in comparison, and what's taught here for the Moorish Science Temple of America, was taught in that doctrine, we're going to have a time tomorrow night here. I think my brother just dropped, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be serious. It's going to be a serious time tonight. So if you like debates, tomorrow night, family, what makes more sense for us in America? The Deen of Muhammad or the example of Prophet Noble Drew Ali? And I just use example so you can understand that Deen is basically representing the example. So I just put that example in there. But it's gonna be, I'm telling you, it's gonna be fight. And bro is he's a pistol. He's a pistol. And I think he could be even angry at the Morris Science Temple of America for some reason. He had been in one administration for I think he said over 10 years, and he's right now he's in Ghana. He celebrated Ramadan in Ghana, and hey, he said he gonna knock me off. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's over for me. That's what he gonna do. It's over for me. So family, back to my brother Umar as I get up out of here. Umar got keys, man.
We doing the work. We doing the work. This is what I want to say to my supporters. The Dr. Umar app is coming, and there will be a special group just for donors. A special group just for donors once the Dr. Umar app is ready to go, brothers and sisters. This is what I want.
Brian Graham said, you fighting every one dolo, fam. If you ever need help, hit me. Email me. Help me. Help me, Brian Graham. talkabay@gmail.com. But now just play. But listen, family, I got to get ready to get out of here because tomorrow I got a big day. I mean, I got to get rested. I got to do my exercise. I got to run around the yard. We got keys. But anyway.
Put the fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it?
Check,
With
check.
a vengeance. I put the fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Check. Yeah, let's own it. Put the fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it?
Man, I love this.
Y'all ready? Yeah. I'm ready. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm ready. Let's go. Uh-huh. I put the fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god that own it. I put the fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god that's own it. I used to rock with these temples and this one's a long way, but they all are super fraud and they not getting the way they want me to keep it quiet. Who I tell it to their face? I'm flipping over tables on my way to the 8. Garvey said it, now it's time to show and prove it. Got the same address and I don't plan on moving. This internet got these dope fiends acting Rambo, Dirty Frankie and some mess that he know he can't handle. When I pull up and I pull out a 1-2-5. Don't be telling me if you 60 when I let that thing rip. Open hand and closed fist. Put your veneers on the curb. Put your chin to the back of your neck. Now that's my word.
We're going to put them veneers on the curb. Put your chin to the back of your neck. Now, that's my word. You found me. Let me run it back.
Good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god that's own it. I used to rock with these temples and this one's a long way, but they all are super fraud and they not getting the way they want me to keep it quiet. Who I tell it to their face? I'm flipping over tables on my way to the 8. To Hawker Bay said it, now it's time to show and prove it. Got the same address and I don't plan on moving. This internet got these dope fiends acting Rambo, Dirty Frankie and some mess that he know he can't handle. When I pull up and I pull out a 1-2-5. Don't be telling me if you 60 when I let that thing rip. Open hand and closed fist. Put your veneers on the curb. Put your chin to the back of your neck. Now that's my word. Put the fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, let's own it. I put the fez back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, let's own it. Let me ask you, who doing it like Hawker Bay? Nobody. Who the people's grand sheep? I am. Huh? Show me a more doing it like Hawker Bay. Ain't not. And I shut my mouth. Let's go. I can't wait to see Roy Bay and sit him on his back pockets for the simple fact he disrespect the prophet when he speak. He embarrassing. He ain't no more American. The camera encourage him, so I will embarrass him. After that, I dip and take a trip to Carbondale. No, it ain't the hood. Oh well, I'm coming with all the shells. Fine, yuck Bay, dozing off the Zolar. Civilized the savage, so she can hate no more. Feds back in the hood.
She up there dozing off that Zoloft, that depression medicine. People out there dozing off the Zoloft. But I'm going to raise you up so you can hate no more. I put the feds back in the hood. That's right. What is that?
Civilized the savage, so she can hate no more. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good now, don't it? Get your own Corona, you can be a god, we own it. You come up against me, you know you're gonna lose. Salt and pepper pepper, gold teeth, flossing on for some views. Grown man wearing rabbit ears, acting like a wild coon. Had a whole squad looking like a buffoon. I'm the man, just admit it. You wanna do it how I did it, forget it. It's my time now, good riddance. Oh yeah, Neil Bay, you late with the court date. Don't make the Moorish world citizens wait. Come on. Put the fast back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran, you can be a god, we own it.
I put the feds back in the hood. It look good. We own it. Get your own Quran. You could be a god.
Put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran, you could be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran.
I'm gonna actually release this joint next week. I gotta do a few more things. You know what I mean? I'm gonna actually release it next week. I got you, King Moab. You know what I mean? I got you. Somebody said, what was the soldier name before Nat? His name was Charles the Slondes, something like that. Salt and pepper gold teeth. Look, salt and pepper gold teeth. Y'all like that lie? Let's get salt and pepper gold teeth. One more time.
Who the people's grand shit? I am. Huh? Show me a more doing it like Taco Bay. Ain't nothing. And I shut my mouth. Let's go. I can't wait to see Roy Bay and sit him on his back pockets for the simple fact he disrespect the prophet when he speak. He embarrassing. He ain't a Moorish American. The camera encourage him, so I will embarrass him. After that, I dip and take a trip to Carbondale. No, it ain't the hood. Oh well, I'm coming with all the shells. Fine, yuck Bay, dozing off the Zolar. Civilize the savage, so she can hate no more. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran and you can be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran and you can be a god, we own it. You come up against me, you know you're going to lose. Salt and pepper, gold teeth, flossing on for some views. Grown man, ran.
If you come up against me, you know you're gonna lose. Salt and pepper, gold teeth, lost it all for some views. You hear that? He lost it all for some views.
Rabbit is acting like a wild coon, had a whole squad looking like a buffoon. Ran rabbit is acting like flossing on for some views. Grown man ran rabbit is acting like a wild coon, had a whole squad looking like a buffoon.
A grown man wearing rabbit ears, acting like the wild coon. Got the whole squad looking like a buffoon. Not a platoon, a buffoon.
I'm the man, just admit it. You wanna do it how I did it, forget it. It's my time now, good riddance. Oh yeah, Neil Bay, you late with the court date. Don't make the Moorish world citizens wait.
What happened to the Moorish court date? Don't let us wait. We want to go to court.
Put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran, you can be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran, you can be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Get your own Quran, you can be a god, we own it. I put the feds back in the hood and it look good, now don't it? Now get your own Quran, you can be a god, we own it. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. If you a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over Drew Ali, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. Now here we go again, acting like you a slave.
Family, see y'all tonight, 9:30. Let's go.
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law